Release. If you're about to keep going, I was about to say, you won't break my soul is about to start coming out of my mouth. That's the route we're going.
Listen, I have been listening to Renaissance
Mm-hmm.
nonstop. It's just
Mm-hmm.
such a feel good album, and it's what I think a lot of people needed, just to like not think about anything horrible.
Hello?
Okay,
There's plenty of horrible to think about.
it makes me feel good. It makes
Mhm.
me smile. It makes me want to dance, and I think that's what Beyonce just wanted. She was just like, okay, you know what? I hear y'all. I see everything. I may
Yes.
not be going through what a lot of y'all are
Hello?
going through because I'm rich and I have money. But
I got money.
oh, she
Ooh,
got
she got
money. I love Quinta
money.
so much.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've really been enjoying the album.
So have I. I did have to give it after okay. So it reminded me of when I did Drake's first listen and I was like, what is this trash? And then after I listened the second, third, fourth time, I was like, but listening to Beyonce, I was listening to it with a friend the first go round, and we were both like, what is she doing? What she just wanna I was like, she just wants to curse. That's all she wants to do. And the second, third, and fourth play, I'm just like, alien superstar, I'm the bar.
I
Hit
love
fresh.
Alien Superstar so much. Whenever I
Yeah.
listen to it, I listen to it a lot when I'm like walking to go get lunch, and
Uh-huh.
I will seriously strut like I am on my own personal runway. Balenciaga and Givenchy have dressed me for
Yeah.
this fall 2022 show, spring 2023 collection. I'm walking the runway. Yes, it's happening.
Yeah, that one was probably the song that, like, had to take its time to grow on me, but that's the one I find
Really?
myself, yeah, singing the most. Heated is
Mm.
probably my top one, right? Heated and Cuff It. Those are probably right now tied for my top, but I feel like it changes the more I listen to the
Oh, it
album.
changes for
Like,
me
oh,
all
this
the
is great.
time. I'm really liking Plastic Off the Couch, and it's because it reminds me of Cranes in the
Cranes in
Sky
the
a
Sky.
little bit, and
Mhm.
it's just so chill, and it's like a good bath time song. And
Bath
that's
time.
why I like doing my skincare to it. I like relaxing, unwinding, like pour yourself a glass of wine. Like that's what Plastic Off the Couch feels like to me. Because that's what Cranes in the Sky felt like to me. It just felt like release.
Okay, release. I love Solange. I feel like she's underrated, and of course,
She
she's been in
is.
the shadow for years. And unfortunately, it seems like that's a trajectory. No matter how awesome each project she puts out shows her development and her growth, and just her consciousness as to what's going on with the world.
Mhm.
But Praise in the Sky, after a while, I was like, I don't want to keep hearing this. I don't know what it was, but I was just like, I love Solange, but this one, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't like that song.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's I didn't like give it enough lyric read through because I like to look at the lyrics of a song, especially if it's
Mhm.
really relatively new. And I don't think that one I did, so I'll probably have to
Mm.
backtrack on that one.
Do you like to look through the lyrics like the CD jackets?
I used
Like
to love. Okay, so first of all, for our younger listeners, CD is a compact disc. That's the acronym for that. It's not to be confused with a big black or other colorful disc. Those are albums. So
yikes.
just to let you know, just to let you know. Yeah, I used to love that, and I used to love reading the thank yous when they'd be like,
Oh,
"Thanks
I
to my
love the thank
mom, shout out to
yous.
my
And if
best
they had it in their
friend."
handwriting too, it'd be
Yes, and
so
a little
cute.
signature, maybe a little heart or something. I used to love reading those. So yeah, I really like. But I like learning the lyrics, or at least even before like listening, sometimes just like let me see what this song is about. Um, it does backfire sometimes, like that Drake song where it's like your P word is calling my name. I read that and was like, I'm not listening to this. But then I heard the beginning of the song and I was like, this is a good song.
Okay, I don't know if I've ever discussed this with you or on the podcast, but like I've never really listened to a Drake album. I've only heard like a few songs here and there. And the reason why is because he's always going to be Aubrey Graham
Aubrey
to
Graham.
me and not this Drake character. Like once he starts going by Aubrey Graham, then we can talk. But I'm just like, all right, Drake, I'll let you do your thing.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand. I was about to say, like, I could see not. Okay, so part of me is a little speechless, but I also know like the content that we make requires us to be vocal, so we can't have a lot of dead airspace. So I'm just everybody just know, even though I'm talking, I'm still in shock right now. Even though I'm talking through it, I am very much so still in shock. I do understand what you mean. My ex friend and I, we used to always quote, like, this was back when YouTube was super young. He was still on Degrassi, and like his mom, like, went out for sandwiches. This is just a really quick detour. And she came back, and she came back with like either chicken sandwich or something. And he was like, Mom, I really wanted my tuna sandwich. And it wasn't a parody. It wasn't a skit. She was just like, I'm sorry, they only had chicken. And he was like, I really wanted my tuna sandwich, Mom. And even that's ingrained in my head. That's why for me, he'll always be Aubrey. To the listeners who have not watched this episode yet, Cammy's mouth is agape. But that's
I'm
why
just
he'll
so
always be
confused because
Aubrey in
this
my
is like a
head.
real
He's
story.
like, Mom, I really wanted a tuna sandwich. Like, I guess it's okay, but I really wanted a tuna sandwich. It wasn't like a bit. It was he was so serious. But in my head, that's why I'm like, I I can separate the two because I'm like, there's this Rico Suave player Drake, but I'm like,
Yeah,
I know you
Rico
as the man who
Suave
really
player
wanted
Drake
a
only
tuna
comes out when he's
sandwich.
got that beard. And when he's got that beard, it's like, oh.
But the beard never left. Like once it was there to stay. I never saw him cut it off since.
Okay, so was this tuna sandwich situation pre-beard or post-beard era?
Definitely pre-beard. He was naked baby's bottom. That's what
Okay.
his face reminded
It
me of.
sounds very pre-beard era. Okay.
Very pre-beard. Still had like the afro. Still living with his mom in Canada. So yeah, very young, very.
Where
But
does he
that's
live
why
now? Does he live in LA?
I wouldn't say he has multiple houses. I've seen a tour
Okay.
of first of all, his Canadian home is like it's massive. It looks like a freaking I don't even have words to describe it. It's beautiful and it just looks like it's expensive. Just looks expensive.
I
Like
feel
it
like
just
I can smell the house already.
you can smell the money. Like I would hesitate. Like, do I have permission to walk in here? Are you sure? I feel like you got to be in a
Okay.
certain tax bracket. He has a basketball court. There's marble. There's glass. It's beautiful. It's exquisite, and I've never seen anything like it. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
before we continue, I
Mhm.
feel like we haven't even like introed. We were just like Beyonce.
We're just happy to be back talking.
Happy to be back talking, Coco.
Cammy,
Where have we been?
where have you been all my life? All my life, where have you been all my life? Y'all better enjoy that because if you think she about to drop an album after she dropped this baby, you dropped your mind. So you better have enjoyed that little rendition.
I appreciate Rihanna because she's just living life. She's
For
living life
sure.
and she's doing what she wants, which is the ultimate goal. Hello?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have to
Mm-hmm.
answer to anybody. I
She
mean,
answers to
just the
herself.
people that
Me,
she works
myself,
with,
and
but
I.
like she doesn't have to answer to anybody.
That's actual and factual.
Goals. Actual goals.
Where have we been?
We've been
Cammy,
all over the place. So sorry, you guys, that we've just been living life. All right.
you can't say we didn't live life. I wish I could do my Courtney impression. I can't. We weren't living life.
Yeah. It's true. We've been all over the place. We've been planning all of the things. It's summer, so we're outside
Mhm.
um
Safely. Kind
safely.
of. Kind of, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of safely.
I'm trying to be as safe as possible. Like I'm listen, with COVID variant 616 626. What's Stitch's number? 649 626. I think it's 626. And
Okay.
then with monkeypox being
Mm,
like
mm.
a national health crisis, I'm like, no.
Yep. They were like, "Ding, ding, 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 ring the dinner bell. It's time to initiate another protocol." And I'm just like, this was the flu and regular colds, and I'm just like,
Have you seen some of the like testimonies
unfortunately.
of people that have had monkeypox and like the
Listen,
graphic images?
listen, someone showed me, it was like a slideshow, and it was this woman, like beginning stages, and it progressed. And when I say those, it's called, there's like, it's called something, it's called trick or something. I don't know the whole name of it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like fear of like either small little things. And I feel like that's what I have undiagnosed, because I saw
Mm-hmm.
that, and not only was I almost like feeling like I was going to regurgitate, I felt so itchy and crawly and stuff like that. But then it just reminded me, I was like, it just reminds me of, like, over the summer you used to get blisters or canker sores or stuff like that. I'm like, I can imagine having a blister or a canker sore, but all
All of that, yeah.
around. I could
Mm-hmm.
not handle that. I could not.
2 months ago, I got a fever blister for the first time in a really, really long time, since like grade
Dang.
school.
Dang.
And this was like right before one of the weddings that I was going to be in. And I'm like, I was panicking and freaking out. I'm like, I don't do anything.
That's the worst. When you know you haven't gone anywhere, you haven't done anything, like nothing has changed. So
Yes.
why are you
Why
here?
am I sick? Why am I why are you here?
Why
I didn't invite you in. There was no invitation. You're not on the list. Why are you here?
Yeah, that's the worst.
And it
When
was
you do those,
so
do you pick
painful
at it? Do you
too.
leave it? Like, what do you do?
I had to leave it. I was just like, I tried not to pick at it, but it was it was underneath my bottom lip.
Hmm.
It was right in the middle, so it kind of looked like I had a soul patch.
Inside or out, on the
Outside,
outside? Oh,
outside.
dang.
Yeah, and I used to get them all the time as a kid, and it would always be in the corner, and I'm like, I don't. And at the time when I was a kid, like I hadn't had a boyfriend, wasn't kissing on
Mhm.
anybody, and I thought like that's what you get when you kiss people. So I'm like,
That's what they do. Listen, my doctor would say that same thing. It was called like it was called something. He was like, "Have you been kissing anybody? You might get the kissing disease." And I'm like,
mm-hmm.
"No." Like, what are you talking?
I would be so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my god, and then you'd have to like talk like this.
And it sucks because you can't just do that all day. Or
You
if
can't
you're
do
like,
that all
even if you're
day.
moving, if you're trying to talk, like it stretches, it moves. Like, yeah.
And then I also share an office with somebody, so I wear my mask basically all day, or at least I was wearing my mask like at all times, like during the day, even in the office.
Hmm.
Now that I'm past like all the visits, I've let my guard down a little bit, and I'm like, okay, I guess while I'm in my office, I won't wear my mask. But if other
Hmm.
people come into my office, then they'll wear a mask. But the problem is when you share an office with somebody, sometimes you don't get a warning that people are going to be coming to go visit the other person. I'm like, oh, let me scramble to put the mask on. It's so annoying because I don't want to get sick,
Yeah.
and I don't trust anybody that I work with.
Ah, yeah. I feel you on. Well, I don't necessarily feel you on that, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure. What was the original question? How did we get here?
How do we get anywhere? We talk and we share.
We talk and we share.
We were giving
With regard,
updates. Do you
please,
have any updates that you want to
updates,
give to the
update,
listeners? We already explained to them why we were gone because of life. So
life.
for those of you who thought we were gone permanently, no, no,
Um,
no.
No, we were not gone permanently. Are you joking? Like, just think of it as summer vacay. Think of it as school's out. All right, it's summertime. We're
School's
trying to get on
out.
somebody's yacht.
Ooh, okay.
At least I'm trying to. I'm always trying to.
Okay.
It's boating season.
Is it never not boat? I don't like doing sentences like that. Is it ever a season where it's not boating season if you own one? Like if I owned a yacht, like whether it's like winter time, spring, summer, fall, we go into the water. A
I feel
warm
like if you live in the Midwest, then there are
landlocked.
times when there
You're right.
the Midwest, maybe the Northeast. Um,
Okay.
maybe those times would not be boating season.
Okay.
But yeah, like I just want to soak up the sun. Oh my gosh, what is that song? Is that a Sheryl Crow song?
I'm gonna soak up the sun. I'm gonna tell everyone to line it up. Speed it up.
Yeah. Let's see. Updates. I'm still married.
Hey, as expected. Like, what? Hi, Dad.
Hubs and I, we've just been going to a lot of weddings. We've been doing a lot of traveling.
Mhm.
It was a lot. A lot of it was like back to back to back.
Wild.
And
It's wild, y'all.
yeah, listen,
Wait, did you
listen.
officiate any of those other weddings too?
No, just the one.
Okay.
So okay, if I'm giving you a timeline,
Mhm.
April got
Mhm.
my appendix taken out.
Wild.
Wild. May went to two weddings like 2 weeks apart. One of them I officiated, and they were both on opposite ends of the country.
Wild.
Wild. Then, y'all, Courtney has heard the trials and tribulations of this third wedding that I had to go to because I was in it because it's a family wedding. And Hubs, if you're watching, I'm sorry. You already know how I feel because I yelled at you the day after the wedding because it was a nightmare. But that was a family wedding. The bride and groom were both bridezilla and groomzilla.
May I
And every
interject?
what?
Do they happen to, I said, may I interject?
Yeah.
Do they happen to be listeners? Like, will whatever you say, like, be an issue or a point of contention
I
in the
don't know if they're
future?
listeners. I don't
Okay.
interact with them.
All
And if
right.
they
Because I'm not trying to
listen,
say keep your opinion, but I just want to, like, I'm
no,
looking
if
out for
if
you.
if they listen, then they'll know how much of a nightmare they were.
Okay. Got you.
I honestly think I mean, weddings weddings will bring out either the good or the bad in people.
And
And
it's the
then like
bad, only the bad. I'll let you know right now.
um and how they went about things, like I wouldn't have gone about them, and I'm just glad that it's over. I'm
Hmm.
glad that we can put it behind us. I don't have to endure any more PowerPoint presentations of the duties that I need to fulfill. I
Woo.
don't have to wear any ugly dresses from Azazi because Azazi
Woo.
has I don't know what Azazi's deal is, but those dresses
Sizing
are
off.
ugly and expensive for
Like, you
no
can't be
reason.
both. You can't be both. You can't be both. You can't be expensive and not aesthetically pleasing on my body. Like, one got
Exactly.
to give.
And the color that I had to wear was very much loud and wrong. Mm.
Not loud and wrong.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see what else. So, Nightmare Wedding was in
Mhm.
June.
Okay.
July, I went to go visit one of my friends who was pregnant at the time, and now they just had their baby, like
Oh.
literally 5 days ago. So, shout out to you, my Lou and my little Lou. Y'all know
Oh.
who you are.
Oh. Why did I say that was quick? Like I knew how far along your friend was. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said that. But congratulations on your little bundle of little human life.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute. She has the cutest little nose. I don't know what it is about baby noses. You just want to go doop boop 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 doop 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 boop 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 boop.
That's interesting. Because no slight to your friend. I feel like all babies, no matter the ethnicity, come out looking like dogs. Like they look like puppies. Like
N-
dog puppies. Not in a good way. I feel like they
No, I
come
know
out looking
exactly.
like
No.
alien dog
And the
puppies.
thing is, my friend and I, we've had this discussion. She was like, I'm not going to show people my baby until, they're 3 months because no, seriously, all babies look like little wrinkled aliens. But I swear, Courtney, this
Oh,
baby, perfect. Perfect. Not wrinkly, not anything. I've never seen it before in my life. And I don't know if it's because I have blinders on. No, it's not because I have blinders on because okay, no offense to my nephews. I love them. But their baby photos, they are some wrinkly little twins. All right. But they started to like come together at 3 months. 3 months is usually the marker of like when you think of like what babies look like. 3 months is it. But fresh out the womb. It's like, let me just like settle in, get my
like,
bearings, and in 3 months I'll talk to you.
I'd be looking like you need to cook a little more because.
No, this little girl, she is so cute. She is perfect.
Listen, she might be the second coming of Christ then, because, and I trust your judgment, so you might
No,
want to keep your eye out. She might be, she might be the second coming of Christ.
I don't know how it's possible to be this perfect.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Because even with, just being honest, even with my niece, they'd be like, "Oh, she's so cute! Isn't she so cute?" And I was like, "No." And everyone, I won't say
That's
everyone
like
got
I'm
upset.
literally
They were like,
afraid of
"Oh,
having
wow."
babies because I don't want people to be like, I don't want that reaction from
That's a
anybody.
valid reason. Listen, among the many reasons, that is a valid reason to not want a child. So
No,
yeah.
but when I saw the first pictures of her, I cried because I'm like,
Oh,
she is so perfect. She's so beautiful. She she's just she looked like a little flower.
that's super cute. That's really nice.
Yeah. So yeah. And I think that yeah, that was July. And now here we are in August. Like cannot believe it's August.
I was just about to ask
I'm
you
like, where did
that.
March go?
I was just when you mentioned April, I was like, were we potting in April? I was
We've
like,
been potting since January.
wild, wild times at Ridgemont High. Because
You know, I've
I
never
don't know
seen
where
that
the time is
movie.
going. I think that's okay. That's fair. It's not like some classic staple. It's referenced a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the time is going. I did see a report come out saying that the Earth completed like its cycle 1.57 milliliters faster than usual, which means like it's spinning faster than usual, or
Oh,
milliliters,
that's not
milliseconds.
concerning at all. Next.
So I'm like, would that make our days shorter? I said 1.57 milliseconds shouldn't make us go from April to August. Yeah.
It's wild. It's wild. What have you been
Capital
up to? Do you
W.
have any updates?
Nope, not a one.
Not a one? I mean, we don't have to talk about that update,
It
but
sounds like
like
I do have updates. Do I have updates, Cammy?
I don't know if you have updates. Do you have updates?
Sure. So Cammy's busy season or busiest season seems like it just went by, and it feels like not. It feels mine is starting.
Hers
So
is starting, and the overlap. It's just like, we really, we really cannot catch a break.
yeah, mine is starting. August set to be busy. September was set to be good, but because my October is busy, September is set to be busy in preparation for October.
What's happening in
Um,
October? We don't have to talk about it here. We can talk about it offline.
okay. I have a wedding to go to, destination wedding in Jamaica.
Hey, 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 hey. That's
We got
exciting.
a bobsled team. We got a Fender Reese and the one. I don't know the whole song, but it's from Cool Runnings.
I've
Did you ever?
only seen Cool Runnings like twice. But I watched it once as a kid and once as an adult and I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has seen it at least once.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was a good movie. I liked it.
it was a good movie. So yeah, preparation for that. Really behind in like my business to dos, and it's like I see my checklist every time I come to my work desk, and I'm just like, out of my sight.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because things are getting done, but not in the order that I expect to get them done. And then
Yeah.
with corporate work tasks, it's a lot of my business stuff has been pushed back, or there will be some pocket windows, honestly, where I do have time to do it, and I'm like, I'm not in the mood to do this, or I'm
And
not.
that's fair.
Yeah. So that's that.
We don't have to talk about it. She's grinning because
I
like we both know what we're talking about, but you all don't know, and I don't know if like you all should know yet. Maybe we'll save it for season 2, episode 1. But we're just catching up. Like, chill, everyone.
You're so silly. Um, so I am no longer dating people in the city or going out as a single person.
What? Are you've just stopped dating? Why? I think it's important for you to date. Get out there, meet new people or old people or people that you once were familiar with, and you're rekindling relationships and growing and getting to know people for their adult selves. I mean, continue saying what you were saying. You're not dating?
I'm not dating because I am betrothed to
Not betrothed. All right, Mary. Tell us about Joseph.
allegedly. Um,
Allegedly.
Um, I will say this funny story. So I don't keep in contact with my exes except for one, because the way we separated was not like bad juju, bad anything, bad that. But the only contact we have is one through Instagram, and two, you can scroll and scroll and scroll probably like a year's worth. All we do is send dog and cat videos to each other. That's all we do. We send cat and dog videos to each other. He'll ask about my dog, I ask about his dog, and that's it. There's nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
But he got a girlfriend last year, and he was like, is it okay to tell you I got a girlfriend? And I was like, yeah, sure. He was like, it's okay to talk to you about her. I was like, yeah, go ahead. And he was like, she's great, met her here, did this, did that, did that. And he asked me to like guess her name, right? And so after like 3 guesses, he was like, no, I don't think you're gonna get it. Then he told me the name. And I was like, oh, yeah, I wouldn't have got that. So role reversal, right? He has been trying to guess my boyfriend's name for
Your boyfriend?
yeah, I said I'm betrothed.
Yeah, that's true.
You
You
so
did
silly.
say that.
He has been trying to guess my boyfriend's name for the last month, and it is hilarious. The text.
Oh my gosh, this just reminds me of a conversation that we've been having for months and months, and we've never finished.
You never finished. But back to my point. Back to my point.
We never finished because you never guessed mine.
I did guess yours. It starts with the N.
Did I tell you or did you guess
I
it?
know it. It's in your YouTube profile. Come on now.
Oh, duh.
For me, and it's public knowledge. I can't. How you gonna come for me?
Listen, it's been a long summer. I forgot.
Apparently, it has been a while. Listen, I know we've said it's only been like a couple weeks since we've been here, but it feels much longer.
It feels much longer, yes.
Yeah. To get back to what I was saying, he
Mm-hmm.
was after a while he's like, "Can I get a hint? Can I get it?" And I was like, "Okay, we'll get a hint." And so he has several hints, and he has yet to guess the name. He has that it's 8 letters long. Today he got that it ends in Y because he was desperate. He got that it does not start with an A or a B, and he got that it's a unisex name, and it's not necessary because he was like Nehemiah, Jeremiah, and I was like, it's not biblical. And so he has about 7 hints, good hints. And today he got the closest. So I'm trying to make sure I leave discretion. So today he guessed the name, but it had a K in front of it. So I was like, "Ill, no." So
No.
he started down a whole different path.
He's gonna be so mad.
He's gonna be so.
He's gonna be so mad, and you're just gonna be like,
He's gonna be so heated. When I say like well, I said cat and dog videos, but in between those, like he sent them, and then I'll be like, I'll reference a message I sent, like, get to guessing. Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Stop sending the cat and dog videos. Get back to guessing. So yeah, once he gets it, he's gonna be hot. And
Okay.
Cammy knows what I'm talking about because she
I
knows the name of the
I
person.
do.
You guys
I
don't know the
do.
name of the person, but maybe eventually you'll know. Maybe. I mean,
I also just want to say shout out to this person because you're a real one.
oh,
Mm-hmm. I know I've not met him. We've never even spoken, but like I feel like I know him through. I mean, obviously I know him through you, but like I don't know him also through you. Does that make sense? It makes sense
yep.
in my head, and it's a Friday, so that's all that really matters. Hey.
Friday then it's Saturday, Sunday, then we go back to work.
No. Mm-mm. Okay, so when I was leaving work today, there was a whole group of people at the elevator, and I'm like, I do not want to ride the elevator with all these people, but
Mhm.
I'm ready to leave this work. And one of the ladies that was standing next to me, she was like, "You all go ahead. Like, I'm not in a rush to get home." And I looked like this on the outside, like, but everything inside of me went, speak for yourself. I'm ready to get home. I do not want to be here anymore. I hate this place. I'm ready to be in my own four walls. I want to be in my comfy clothes. I want to have my snacks. I want to smell my candles. Like, what do you mean? I'm not in a rush to get home. Like, okay, well, that's good for you. What I should have done. This is what I was telling my husband. Um, I was like, I should have been like, well, I am, and stormed to the other elevator on the other side to get to the parking deck. But I was like, no, like, I cannot. Because of the situation, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Just like, I will calmly wait for the elevator to go all the way down and then come all the way back up. But TGIF.
TGIF. You remember those commercials?
Oh,
Thank
absolutely. And then
you.
the lineup of Family Matters and Full House and Step by Step, and there was one other show on the TGIF lineup that I
Boy
can't
Meets
remember.
World might have been on there. And
Oh, I think it was.
like,
Yes. Ooh, that's a show I haven't watched in a really long time.
yo, when it came to like realness and like showing real situations, this is before Disney became like puff prints and just colorfulness and
Mhm.
nothing about nothing and finishing I forget what it's called. It is called something, a type of trope or story arc where it's like problem, uh, whatever, and then conclusion in one
Mm.
episode. Boy Meets
Mhm.
World will have ongoing story arcs
Yeah.
for like weeks.
There's
Um,
something about that era of Disney, the Hannah Montana era of Disney, where all those shows were brightly colored. Like the sets, the costumes, everything was just like chaotic.
yeah,
It's
yes,
like color just
someone
threw up
threw
on
up
everybody.
Mozart and Crayola. Yeah, you're right.
Yes. And nothing wrong with living in a world of color, but like I mean, it was Hannah Montana, The Sweet Life, Wizards of like why are you wearing the whole entire rainbow on your body in all
Yeah.
these different patterns that doesn't make sense that kids are not like actually wearing at that time.
Mhm.
Nowadays, I feel like people are just like more creative in wearing like a bunch of colors at the same time and it doesn't like
Over
offset
you.
like
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't overwhelm the body.
Mhm. I agree with that.
But like I don't know, there's something about Disney like costuming.
My thing is, I feel like if it was only for the costumes, it might be tolerable. But the last time I like flipped through and saw Disney, like the set was like blue and red and
It's
pink
blue and red and orange
and
and bright.
every set, whether
Here's
it's
the sequin curtain.
and it's like, why are we doing this? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, maybe market research told them that kids need colors to pay attention. I don't know, but I'm
I
like,
guess.
I guess it's a bit much for me, but I'm not the target audience.
Yeah, I'm not the target audience. I don't watch
Like,
those
I'm not the
shows.
target audience.
Speaking of shows, what have you been watching? If anything.
Yes, scandal. So I know last week. Okay, pump the brakes. I know last we talked, you zoomed past me with Scandal, but we were supposed to be moving at a steady pace. So I feel like if we go back far enough, I'm where I need to be. I'm ahead of where I needed to be because we were like maybe 4 episodes in between. That's what we originally said.
You
And
know
y'all,
what?
she
And
finished,
and,
she
and the
finished
thing
the
is,
whole
yes,
series, like
you're
the first,
right.
like a
You're
psycho. Finished the whole series. Like I said, like a psycho. I didn't like
person.
a normal psycho. She
I
finished the
binged like a
whole
normal person.
binge. Do y'all hear what she just said?
Binged, yes.
Binged. Y'all heard that, right?
Yes. What am I supposed to do? Watch an episode a day?
No, you were supposed to watch 4 episodes in between our recordings. That's what we agreed to.
But even then, you weren't
See,
doing
look at that
that.
butt. Look at that butt. Look at that butt.
So.
But I'm ahead. See, if I stuck to the schedule and I'm still ahead. She just blasted
Mm.
past me like she was Jimmy Neutron or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'm on season 7 now of Scandal, and it's getting crazy.
Where are
So
you in Scandal right now?
Olivia has taken over command. She killing people left and right. She don't give no F's. She don't give no F's. She was like, "You get a death. You get a death. You get a death." She's
You're
just
literally on the you're on the roller coaster.
right. She's just trying to act like, oh, I'm sad, but it's for the best. And I'm like, this one.
Olivia as command is the wildest part of Scandal. And it honestly is the storyline that I didn't know I needed in
Yes.
order for that show to get revived. Because after season 4, the whole kidnapping situation, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. They brought Steven back for a hot second. Also, like, where did Steven go?
They said he took a job offer doing something else, and that's how he
Yeah,
got.
but this is like, come on, like, what? Where did he go for real? Like in the real world, like what was he doing? What projects? Because I haven't seen him in anything. And then
You know what I thought? I was like, maybe he's doing Mommy's Got a Date with the Vampire too, because I was like, isn't that dude? Isn't that dude? I was, you know how they bring back all the old movies and stuff, and I was like, look at him trying to get his Disney bag. He back in his Disney bag again.
I mean, he's on an ABC show. It's not like he's not going to be able to get into Disney World.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Steven, but I loved. There was some point, I don't know if it was Jake or Mr. Pope. It had to be Jake. Jake was like, she's doing exactly what she was taught to do, to be command. And when he said that, my head was like, her whole life she has been groomed to be command. All these situations up until this point where there's like all the people she's worked with, all the fixing stuff, her connections. I was like, of course her next elevation. Because at first I was like, are they going to try to make her president? Are they going to try to make her president? But I'm like, why be president when you can be command and control the president?
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
And I was like, yeah, she was absolutely raised to do this. My only qualm is the location of the new B613. Y'all telling me this little tart in the hallway
let's get into
computer servers, and you and now it's the old pool. Y'all telling me nobody knows she could just look left, look right, nobody in the hallway. Like y'all telling me none of the cameras, nobody ever followed her. Like it's not making sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me because what happened to Wonderland? The paper company.
But I feel like too much information got out about them.
Paper, whatever. Yeah. Like, did they forget? I mean, like, I will never forget when Tracy Clayton said they forgot about this was in regards to the Wiz, the live version of the Wiz, but she was like, they forgot about Toto the way Cyrus forgot about that black baby on Scandal. And I was like, I mean, she's not wrong.
Yo, but okay, let me interject for a minute. He didn't forget about Ella. Ella was taken away. Homeboy took Ella. It was like, you not seeing her ever again. Leave us alone, Cyrus.
Well, yes, like at that point, but like in the seasons after, spoiler alert, James dies. It's just like, did we forget Ella?
She pop up every now and then in a photo.
She would pop up every now. They didn't totally forget about her the way they forgot about Judy in Family Matters, but. My point exactly.
Judy who?
Wait, is that a serious question?
No.
Okay.
Went upstairs and never came back. She was on permanent punishment.
Oh boy.
Anyways, Olivia killing people left and right, having no remorse. And right now where I'm at, Mr. Pope has Quinn and he just fake shot her and asked
Oh,
Olivia if
that.
you want to see the body and she's like and I'm like,
Oh my goodness.
girl,
So
bye.
I remember when I was watching that episode live,
Mhm.
and what is her name?
Quinn Perkins.
Katie something. She was on Twitter. She was like live tweeting with everybody. Like, wow.
Oh, I remember when people used to do that.
It was TGIT.
Mhm.
So like during that scene where she's like kidnapped, like one of the episodes where we really think that like Quinn is dead and she's gone. It was like before they showed us like Rowan's perspective and like showed us that Quinn was actually alive.
Mhm.
But the actress that plays Quinn, she tweeted she tweeted, thank you, Shonda Rhimes, for giving me this time, because she was actually pregnant at the time. She was
I
like,
get
thank you for allowing me to be on the show, and thank you for allowing me to get this time with my baby. So it was just like, was this like her like writing her off so that she could like, because I mean like the series was ending,
Mhm.
so it was like, is this her like her farewell from the
right.
show? And I was like, oh my god, like she's actually, so that because she wrote that, I was like, she's
Right. Yeah,
so it's like,
especially when they
well,
do, and I know they do that to throw people off a
they
lot. But I'm
do,
like,
they do.
no, you playing with our emotions. You playing.
What a roller coaster. I also want to say this is because it always is just, it's one of those things that's just always in the back of my mind because it is so well written and so good. It's the end of season 3, and Pop Pope, he's killed the president's son,
Mm.
and like that whole thing of Olivia getting on the plane, and it, like backtracks to when he was like, "Oh, you're gonna get on the plane, come hell
Hell or
or
high
high
water.
water, because
I am
I am the
the
hell
hell.
and the high water." And I'm like, "Ah! He kept his promise. He
You
kept
not
his
gonna let you go,
promises."
girl. You better go, girl. He not playing, girl. You better get on the plane,
Oh
girl.
my goodness! And then and it's like the final scene, and uh what is his name? Fitz. He's getting his second term, and he's like in the Oval Office. He's trying to have a drink, but he's like shaking because trauma. It's all like very traumatic. And I think Papa Pope was like going back to like B613 or something. I don't know what was happening, but like all these different scenes are being spliced together, and Papa Was a Rolling Stone is playing in the background, and
Yeah.
it's just like, I'm like, this is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's messed up, but it's beautiful.
Beautifully messed up. What a beautiful mess.
What a beautiful mess.
What a beautiful mess.
Shonda, you and the team, the TGI team,
She knows she did.
Shondaland,
She knows she
y'all
did.
really did that.
Y'all did that. Y'all did that. And I'm excited to see How to Get Away with Murder.
I'm so excited. So I had a conversation with Coco. Well, I don't think we were having like a direct conversation. I think I left you a little voice message, but I was like, listen, Kyle is keeping me on track because I really want to watch How to Get Away with Murder, but I haven't watched it because he was like, aren't you supposed to be watching that with Coco? And I was like, you are very correct.
Thanks, Dad.
And I will be watching it with Coco on the schedule that we actually are supposed to do this time. I'm not going to binge it because I've binged How to Get Away with Murder several times. No, I'm committed. This is all of the peaches that are listening. You all are my witnesses. I'm committed to staying on track with Coco with How to Get Away with Murder.
I feel like the word allegedly should be at the beginning.
No, there's no allegedly.
All
You
right.
tell me we're watching 4 episodes between cycles or between episodes. That's what we're doing.
Okay, let's be realistic here. Do you think you could do a season between episodes?
Can I?
feel like that would keep you content. So I feel like we should do a season that way you're not just like Fitz just itching to watch the next episode.
No, the thing, I got carried away. I really did with
You don't
Scandal.
say.
Because I mean, I was just like, the way I was watching it like it was the first time,
Yeah, same.
and
That's how I am now.
I was just like, oh, this is so good. Oh, this is so good. Wait, oh my
Yeah.
god. I mean, I've seen James die like what, 15 times now, but
Dang! Did you replay
it
that one episode? Dang, you didn't like him that much?
no, but it get like every time, because when Jake is sitting with him and he's like, I had to do it this way, like you're not gonna die alone. I
Yeah.
literally tears,
Always.
just like, like, no, you didn't have to do it this way. You didn't have to do it at all.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, y'all. We should put like a volume warning on this episode because I'm screaming a lot. I'm so sorry.
I think they're used to us going like, and then complete silence. I think they're used to it all.
Yeah.
Right. Headphone warning. Yeah. I don't know why. Speaking of Jake, I feel like by now, again, rewatching it and it feeling like the first time, at least all sequentially, you know what I mean? I feel like there were a couple of times I'm like, he could have been written out the show by now. Or
He
could
really could
been
have.
gone by now. And I'm like, they could have either brought in a different character or went about it a different way. So I just felt like his character ran its course. Like maybe if he
Yeah.
didn't come back from the sunshine or something, I just felt like he didn't have to be there so long.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I think the way it wraps up, the way they wrap up Jake's character in the end is like, okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
But like as you're watching the series, it's just like you're trying so hard to root for him, but
Mhm.
like at some point it's just like I can't root for you
Yeah.
anymore. Like I
Yeah.
didn't want, like at first, I mean, I was like Jake and Olivia,
Yeah.
Jolivia, like yeah, they need to be together. Not this Olit. And every time the Olit's music plays, Courtney, I want to. I mean, I usually do scream, and and I want to throw everything around me. I'm like, no, no, stop the music. I hate it. Stop it. Those fools don't need to be together.
It's just I mean, I get it. I get the fandom. I get that, they have support for OLITs and everything, but I'm just like, how many times are we going to try this and we all see it's not working? Then I'm looking at my life and I'm like, well, how many times did you try stuff and it wasn't
Right.
working?
Fitz just he's
Man,
such a
baby.
child,
I just said man,
and
baby. Yep.
he's so old, and
Not the ageism.
like it's the fact that he's so old but acts like such a teenager in the worst way.
That's giving him credit, giving him a teenager stance. That's giving him a lot of credit.
I mean, he's usually like a 7-year-old throwing a tantrum in the corner.
Throwing a tantrum. And then the
It's
one
like,
the
oh, like here's your adult juice, like pat pat pat.
yeah, I don't and my thing is like everyone says it. And it's like you
Mm-hmm.
have the highest office in the land. You have all this
Mm-hmm.
power and no one's taking you seriously. Everyone else
Mm-hmm.
is running you. Miss Olivia Pope is running you and the
Oh,
country.
absolutely.
So
I'm trying to think of some other characters. How do you feel about Cyrus?
Cyrus, Cyrus is one of those characters where I'm like, I don't like you, but I understand that you are a different person. You are a different character. Do I feel like someone like Jake could possibly have been replaced? Yes. Do I feel like Cyrus is a character that could have been
Oh,
replaced?
he's essential.
Absolutely not.
He is
Absolutely
absolutely
not.
essential.
Yeah. The thing that gave me not chills, but I was like, oh, it was him. So when they were trying to figure out who killed Frankie Vargas, right? And they like did all the stuff. Spoiler alert. And then they did all the stuff. And they found out it was like Luna's plan or whatever. And Luna says, her point about the Chanel and all that other stuff. And then they're sitting on the monument and they're popping bottles. Olivia's celebrating with him. They in front of Abe, just kicking it. And he says the same line that Luna said.
When he said that, I mean, audibly gasped. I'm like, he was behind it the whole time.
Yep. But when I say like I love Frankie, he put on the best
The
performance of
best
It Wasn't
performance.
Me. The
Mm-hmm.
best performance. Even when they tried to offer him vice president, I don't want it, no. Or I can't
Mm-hmm.
do it, no. I can't lead his vision, no. The wife can like he put on the best layered performance for
Oh,
them that season.
absolutely.
And
Yep.
finding out at the end, and all she could do was not, right? And then on top of
Mm-hmm.
that, say, well, we're still gonna offer it to you because what are our other options? And at least it's kind I feel like it's the you'd rather have the enemy close or something like that than not know. So I was just like,
Right. Right.
whoa. And that's just him planting seeds, not lifting a finger,
Yeah, he's so calculated.
just talking.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a master manipulator. And I'm
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
your goal is clearly the presidency, and you saw a path of how to get there, and you just said, let's go.
Yeah, he was like, all right, buckle up.
Yeah, Cyrus, I enjoy. I think we talked about Huck last time. Quinn, sometimes
Quinn is interesting because like the way Quinn's storyline starts out, it's very like puppy dog, like I'm rescuing this puppy, I'm going to take care of her because like I put her in danger. Like I mean,
Mhm.
we find that out like season 2.
Yeah.
But then there's like this weird thing where she feels like not used enough, but then she goes over to the dark side, and then
Mhm.
there's like a weird thing with her and Huck, but then she chooses like it's
Mhm.
weird. It's I mean, I think in the end, like given the two options, like Charlie makes sense versus Huck.
Yeah.
Um because like I think she and Huck had too much of like a brother sister relationship at the beginning. So when they did start hooking up, it felt weird to me.
Mhm.
It felt like incest. And I'm like, what is happening? Why did we decide to do this? I just need to talk to the writers right quick. Like I have questions to ask them. Like why? Why
I
did you
feel like
decide this?
it was that they had so much in common that they felt like let's give it a try. But I didn't feel like it was a necessarily a brother sister thing for them. To me, it felt like this is too close to work. We're too much a family. We're too
Mm,
close knitted for this to have worked. But my issue with Quinn's development, because we talked about this, I loved how they took her from puppy dog to like I'm this BA. I'm running stuff. I'm killing people. I'm doing whatever I want to do. But I feel like
mm-hmm.
we got there and then it just kind of leveled off. Like there
Yeah.
was no other advancement outside of her taking over OPA or QPA now, and I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
again, I still have a couple more episodes left in this season, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any kind of trajectory where Quinn's about to, advance to the next level. But when I look at everyone else, Abby made it to the White House. Huck
Mm-hmm.
stopped, he was able to cage the monster. Jake's doing whatever he's doing. I feel like everyone else like continues to have a trajectory,
And
but Quinn
she's
like
like
stepped up
plateaued.
and then plateaued. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my
Totally, I
only
can see that. I
concern, I guess.
think
with the character.
but I honestly think that she needed to plateau because like everything else cuz I think she wanted to have that kind of plateau life. You know what I mean? She wanted to be a lawyer. She wanted to get married and have kids, but like
Mhm.
in a more traditional sense, and she was still able to do that, but the road to getting there was a little bit less conventional.
Right.
And I think she just wanted that stability. She didn't want to have like she wants to have this job that she likes, but she's not looking to she doesn't want the oval. She doesn't want like this high paying gig. She doesn't want to be like she wants to be the mama dog, but
Yeah.
she doesn't really need like the bells and whistles that need to go with that.
I agree with that. You just reminded me of another scene, and I was just like, what? Her first time going into the Oval was like season 6 or something. She got all dressed up, and I was just, when it was happening, I was like, no way, no way, this is her first time in there. But then I
Yeah.
started racking my brain, and I was like,
She's
she,
never been to the oval.
as much as all these other characters have been there. I was like,
Yep.
Kim has never been in
She's
there,
never been.
which was wild to me. I'm like, you wouldn't think to invite her to your boyfriend's little playroom? Like, come on, man. Come on, son. Come on. It was wild. And I was like, she hasn't been there. It was wild.
It was wild.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to finish it so like you can tell me like your thoughts of like how the series gets wrapped up.
Yeah. I'm hoping to finish it by this weekend. I have a couple of things I need to do, and I can do them in front of the TV, like with TV in the background. So I will
Okay,
look
okay.
out for that.
All
So
right. And then we can start How to Get Away with Murder.
Then we can start How to Get Away with Murder.
I'm gonna start prepping. I'm gonna practice my Annalise walk. Because Annalise Keating has a walk.
For like 2 seconds, my brain was like, "What?" And then I saw an image, and I was like, I had a flashback also. Do you remember? It was like a little short video. I guess you would call it maybe Instagram reel, but it wasn't a reel. But it was a guy dressed up as Annalise.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Like, Annalise, what are you doing? I know you're not trying to get away with murder, Annalise. What are you doing? She shovels the papers, drinks the alcohol, and goes back towards the Annalise, Annalise trying to get away with murder. And I'm like, who says that? Annalise, you trying to get away with murder?
We need to resurface that and like post it on stories.
Oh my goodness. It's so funny. I'm just like, what? You're trying to get away with murder? Just shut Annalise, I know you're not trying to get away with murder. I'm like, and then think about it, I'm like, and I know we haven't started or rewatched it, but spoiler alert, from what I recall, she ain't murdered anyone by her own hands.
I literally tweeted that during the finale episode, and I was like, the thing is, let me see if I can find. I probably can't find it. I mean,
how to get away with murder is to let everybody else do the murdering.
I was like, and she didn't kill anybody. She did not murder one person. It got so many retweets, and Yvette Nicole Brown retweeted it. She quote tweeted it, and she said, "Not a single one." And I was like,
not Yvette Nicole Brown.
Because it's true. She didn't murder anybody.
She didn't murder anyone. Like I said, I have to rewatch it.
And she didn't tell anybody to murder anybody.
She just cleaned up everybody else's mess.
Cleaned up everybody's messes.
Cleaned up everybody else's mess.
Physically, mentally,
paperworky, and then y'all legally. Legally, there you go. And then y'all had the nerve to turn on her. And all she's been doing is cleaning up y'all messes.
Yes, every single time.
Wild.
No, I'm not saying that Annalise is perfect and that she isn't messy herself, but she didn't murder anybody.
She didn't murder anyone. That's factual and actual.
Did not murder anybody.
What have you been watching?
I've been rewatching a lot of things. I rewatched Broad City and I got a lot of laughs.
Is that the show where it's also partly animated?
No, there was an animated episode when they were high on mushrooms.
It was like a cat driving or something. Okay, I could be wrong.
No, are you thinking about Dollhouse?
Yep.
Dollface.
Brenda.
What? Yes. Dollface. Dollface. That's a good show.
Okay, I haven't started it yet, but I do remember that image from one of the trailers.
I enjoyed that show a lot. Mikhail and I watched it together. And he thinks that there's not going to be a season 3, and I'm like, I want there to be a season 3. He's like, but everything was tied up in season 2, and I was like, you have brought up the facts, sir.
Actual factual.
So Dollface is really good. Maybe I should rewatch Dollface.
On my list because again I had it on there, but I haven't. First of all, my list
grows. Yes, it grows and grows.
But I'm gonna write it in front of me because they say you're 50% more likely to do something.
To do it if you write it down.
So
okay, so I watched Broad City. I rewatched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm in the process.
The whole series?
Yes, the whole series.
Does it have like 5 seasons?
I think there are like 7.
We've been gone for a long time. We've been gone for a very long time. She watched a whole nother series.
I'm in the process of rewatching New Girl because I watched it up to season 3 and then I stopped watching it. And now I'm like watching episodes for the first time, and that's been a pretty fun experience. I rewatched The After Party for like probably like the 10th time.
10th time.
I really enjoy that show. I rewatched Abbott Elementary, which has been nominated for so many Emmys. So I'm really proud of Quinta. Like, she's my girl. Somebody said that she's my doppelganger, and I was like, I
Y'all,
don't really
in
see.
my head, I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, they favor. But I didn't say it out loud. Yes, facially, I feel like y'all. Like sometimes I look at you, I'll be like, Quinta.
I mean, thank you for the
Y'all
compliment.
favor. You do.
I think it's just the gap in the teeth.
I wasn't even saying teeth. I think facially y'all favor.
Really, facially?
Yeah. You so silly. Yep, that's exactly the face she made.
What else have I been watching? I've also been watching Only Murders in the Building. Season 2 just dropped, and that's been really fun. And Mikhail and I have been rewatching those episodes to see if we can like find the clue, like to see if there are any clues,
I have a question.
so that we can guess like who the murderer is this
Does
season.
it tell you at the end of the season who the murderer is? Like, it's a whodunit show?
It's a whodunit comedy.
Oh, comedy.
Yeah, it stars Steve Martin, Martin Short, Selena Gomez. Their chemistry on set really works for me.
Really?
They're so hilarious together. Martin Short is hilarious.
Is Selena Gomez hilarious?
In a dry way, yes. Her acting in the show, it weirds me out sometimes because it's very like monotone and one note, which I don't know, like that's just her style now because it's very different from like her earlier works.
Yeah, I mean, she was like real active when she was on Barney.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's like because she's been vocal about having lupus and like her energy and things like that. So I don't know if that she's doing things a little bit more low key, but I mean, I enjoy her. I like her.
I don't know why, but when I saw Selena Gomez was attached, I was like, I don't think I want to watch this.
No, you got watch the first episode and let me know what you think.
I will let you know what I think. It's one thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you know what I think.
One thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell her what I think.
Like, I'm gonna let you know who the target audience is. Man had me all the way messed up.
All the way messed up.
All the way messed up.
Just
because it had me all the way messed up.
Very, very messed up. Anyways. So yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Okay. May I make a recommendation for listening?
Absolutely.
Okay. So Aubrey Graham's album, Nothing Was the Same.
Okay.
One of my favorite albums by him. I think a lot of people liked that at the time. It's still one of my favorite albums to this day. So
that would be, I will take a listen.
Yeah. And also, honestly, Nevermind. I like I feel like if you enjoy Beyonce Renaissance, like you'll be dancing and cleaning up your house to Honestly Nevermind also.
Okay, because I was dancing and cleaning and clearing out the pantry to Renaissance last weekend.
Listen, yes.
Okay, I will give it a listen.
Okay. And then maybe you can see the progression too from like Nothing Was the Same to, I mean, he's obviously had many albums in between them, but I didn't care for some of them, but Nothing Was the Same was definitely like, I won't say it was life-changing for me, but I'm not going to not say it wasn't life-changing for me. You know what I'm saying?
The only Drake song that I've really listened to on repeat was, what's a Kiki? Do you love me? Are we riding? So you never leave from beside me. Cause I want you and I need you. Cause I'm down for me always digging me. I'm gonna eat a little bagel with some cream cheese. I'm gonna put some roasted veggies on the cream cheese and eat the bagel on the street.
It was so good catching back up with y'all and talking with you, and it was really good to see your face, Cammie. Would you like to let them? Would you like to let the listeners know where they can find us?
Let's see if I can remember because it's been a hot minute.
Yikes.
You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, or is it Amazon Podcast?
My music.
Amazon Music, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube. Isn't there a seventh one?
I feel like there is, but maybe there isn't.
You can find us on the things. You can just search for Two Peaches with a Pod.
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. We're on all the things. We'll start posting more. So stay tuned. We're glad that you caught up with us.
Yeah.
And we're happy to be back. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
It really is. Your face is so cute.
Thank you. So is yours.
Like your eyes are so like bright. They're like diamonds. Like they sparkle and they shine.
What? I think it might be my light. Let me turn it off.
Oh, shut up.
There you go. See?
Nope. Nope. The way you looked to the side and your eyes went up, I was like, okay, are we like, what is this, season 3 of America's Next Top Model? Are we trying to get into the finals? Is this your cover girl shoot? Okay.
Silly. You are so silly. I feel like I came with a very dressed down vibe today, and I had intentions on getting very dressed up, but then again, the day was just like.
I literally put on a dress over pajamas because I was like, and this is a very casual dress.
I mean, I can't tell it's a dress, but I believe you. But are you not hot?
No. I'm also in the basement, so it's like cooler down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like it's pajama shorts.
Okay. So when you say pajamas, I'm thinking full flannel top, Christmas bottoms.
No. I mean, like I believe in a matching set, but like I have like tanks and shorts, and then I have a tanks and pants situation, tanks and crops. I have button downs and shorts, button downs with like the long pants. I love a pocket situation. If it comes with a matching robe, then I'm sold. Yes. Okay. My pajama collection is very like intense.
That makes sense. Again, I don't know why I was thinking pants and flannels, but that was the first image I had. Then I'm like,
oh gosh, no, I don't want to think about flannel until December.
December?
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time to wait to think.
I also don't. I'm like not a big fan of like flannel.
Okay. So when I say flannel, I'm misspeaking. I just mean something that's plaid. That's usually what I'm
okay.
about.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm talking about the print. So my bad. Plaid.
Oh, I like a plaid situation. I have plaid flannel shirts that I do wear in the colder months, but honestly, like I just tie them around my waist because like I use that as an accessory because like I mean that's what it's there for, right?
I haven't done a waist tie in a while, but I'm ready.
Oh,
to
I
get
love
my
a waist
tie
tie.
back on. I love it too. I'm ready to do it. I just need to do it.
Do it
when the weather calls for it, of course.
When the weather calls for it, we're gonna tie our plaid flannels around our waist. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so before we go, I saw this going around a couple months ago, but we weren't recording because we haven't recorded since like 1989. And so basically, people were asking people of different ages, like if someone calls you on the phone, show me the hand gesture that you do. So, did you see that? Okay.
When I see people going like this
or this,
I was like, the claw. I was like, oh,
it's wild, right?
So I'm gonna stop watching this video now so that I don't feel sold.
Like I like jokingly saying I'm from the 1900s, but then when they start doing these little videos or people don't know or this they did another video. Of course, there are millions of videos.
I was gonna say, but you are from the 1900s. You're from the late 1900s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like saying that, but when videos like this follow around,
it's just like, nope, you've gone too far.
There was another one where this young lady was like really excited. She's like, I have shorts attached to my skirt, and everybody in the comments was like, it's a skirt.
What are you saying, you child? Oh, I've seen that one because I had that same reaction.
I was like, dang, these young people gotta know everything, or these comments will eat them up. People don't show no grace for your age. You're supposed to know everything.
Oh my goodness. Well, Coco, it was really great talking to you and sharing and catching up. I mean, like catching up like with the people.
Right, because we've been caught up.
We've been caught up.
We
We
getting
we be
caught up.
knowing. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, friends.